Okay, so this area is redesigned. A little bit different here. That screws now. A little bit different design. This piece is integrated right in there instead of being two pieces. And then you got some foam on the back side to help seal that up. Versus this is the old one. Just that short little piece that had the second flap. And I don't see any foam on the back side of this. You got just a little bit of that flex rubber there. So definitely a better setup. Okay, so I got this idea off the forums. After I stick the plastic cowling on, I'm gonna put this over the top to help shed water over it. This is a 30 millimeter one, 25 millimeter is fine as well. I just bought two of them and this happened to be the better material of the two brands. So I'm gonna go with this brand. Yeah, so we got the side pieces in first because they have to go in to be able to fit that in. So everything fits there, all the existing holes. You have an attachment point, let's see, right there. And then there's the two up high. And then the same side, you have one down here. And then the two up top. Oops, almost dropped the phone. And then the other hole there, the cowling's gonna snap into that with the existing hole. And then there's some screws that go in there. Screws that look like this, little 6 millimeter heads on there that go into those holes there. So pretty simple, straightforward. But yeah, to clean that windshield off, use some kind of spray solvent. I happen to have 3M spray gun cleaner just from spraying undercoating and paint and stuff. And then you can get the 3M isopropyl alcohol with the little dabber swabs that you could rub on there. This is actually the urethane primer. Turns out it's black. And it actually leaves a coating on the windshield, so I'm not going to use that. You want an alcohol or some kind of spray solvent, and that doesn't seem to damage any of the plastic, so that worked good. Okay, so I got the center section in. It fights you. It's a pain in the ass to get it to snap in the area it had originally popped out because it's just a shit design. It's not improved where it snaps into the windshield. I don't know if they could improve it to make it snap in better without also changing the windshield and having a new groove on there that this 2024 piece snaps into. But that part of this for 24 is not improved. The end pieces, no questions asked, are better. But make sure when you push this thing on, get it around this area first. That's where you want to focus on. Make sure that rubber is around that post really good and not folded up. It was fighting me a little bit. You got to lubricate it. But the rubber wraps around that post. You want it to look just like that, sealed all the way around it. Once you get that on, get your end pieces lined up and start snapping this thing in. I did that before I attached the end fasteners and screw. Again, it was a pain in the ass going back and forth and working it and trying to get the damn thing to snap on. It doesn't make you feel real confident that it isn't going to just happen again. It's just a shit design. But for now, it'll work for a little bit. Yeah. So once you get that all in there, hopefully you can. You put your push pin in there. There's another push pin over here. Oh boy. Here, and then there's a screw down there, 6 millimeter head, with the flange, screw or whatever with plastic, type aggressive threads on there. It just screws into plastic. I don't know what the hell the part number is from Ford. They don't even list it on a microfiche, but yeah, that part's different. All your other hardware is gonna, the push pins and stuff are all the same. And so you need the centerpiece, you need this end plate. The end plate comes with these side pieces, which are identical to the 2020. But it doesn't show on the microfiche that it comes with those pieces. So I ordered them anyways because the part number was different from the old ones. And I look at the back and they're the same part number as the old ones. So you don't need these because they come with them. So just get the centerpiece that's like a third the price of the 2020 and older version. And then get your end plates, which comes with this and this screwed together and you're good to go. So this end plates and two screws for down here, and that's everything you need to fit the 2024 and up style cowling in the 2020. I would recommend it. It's definitely better overall, I think, and that end design seals better. It's nice that it's not two pieces anymore, and, your groove is bigger, so it shouldn't get plugged as easy, but yeah. Anyways, I forget if I said it yet in the video, but before I put this rubber strip on, which again, I got this idea from someone on the forums. I'm going to clean the windshield good before I put the wiper arms on because they're going to get in the way. And then I'm going to stick this thing on here over this to help divert water away from, getting behind there again. I don't know how long it's going to hold up. I mean, it's 3M VHB tape stuck to the windshield. It's going to degrade. It's going to peel at some point. the cool thing is, like, if it does peel off, you can, you know, rip the damn thing off, you know, use a flat razor blade and scrape the crud off, clean the windshield gun, and stick a new one on. I mean, the thing's $10, $14 on Amazon. And this roll is so friggin' long, I could probably do it 3 times. So, yeah, you know, not too bad of a job. I do have the engine cover. I was going to put it on while the cowling was off. Not that it really impedes me getting in there. But I forgot to get the damn bolts at the hardware store, the 6mm by 1.0 by 25mm long. I think they are screws that hold the bracket in for the back of the engine cover. So, yeah, couldn't do that. So we'll do it tomorrow. But all in all, I'm glad to finally have this friggin' piece replaced and water not pouring on my motor anymore. You know, that's fabulous. So here we are. Okay, windshield strip is on. Now what we're going to do to make that fucker adhere even better is hit it with a heat gun. We're going to do low heat on it. So we're going to heat that up and make that adhere really good to the windshield. Oh, and I forgot to mention those blue lines I put on there. That was to mark the position of the wiper blades. So when I put them back on the posts, you know, they're lined up in the same spot. They have a little bit of free play up and down, so I just marked the low spot and the high spot. And, you know, I'll know for sure that I got the wipers in the right position. Quick, easy way to just to match mark them. Here we are with a completed job. So that covers up the cowling. Not bad. One other thing, getting the wiper arms off is a pain in the ass. You know, you got to use a wiper arm tool, and then when you get it tight, smash the end of that with a hammer. It was a pain in the ass. You know, and a tight fit on this side, so I covered the hood because I didn't want to fuck it up. A little bit of blue tape on there. But she's done. And there she is, done. Beautiful. Oh, and one other thing. I ran these right into that edge there on both sides, so that's a good place to stop with the tape. Oh, one important step, don't forget to hook your washer hose back up. This is the only place you have to connect it, right here. And no clamps, no nothing. So I'm gonna do that and we're all set.